All right, good morning, Jeff. Thank you for joining me today. So, to kick off this practice, I really want to guide you through the proper meditation posture when you're seated like this. So, let's start our way working from the ground up. So, your feet should be planted firmly on the ground. And it looks here that your knees are slightly beneath the hips, which this is good. If you're able to, you may want to sit a little further up in your chair so you're not leaning directly against the back. So maybe scoot forward a little bit. Okay, that's great. And then during meditation, our palms are going to be uplifted and really at the point on your thighs. So yes, closer to your lower abdomen. Great. Yep, perfect. So automatically here, you should have felt your chest lift and your spine elongated. And your chin also looks good. It's level. So overall, you're looking great in this meditation posture. And then close your eyes briefly and place your gaze upward, like you're looking at the horizon line. Take a few deep breaths here. And hopefully your body feels comfortable in the seated position. Okay, great. This was a good check-in for us to do on your posture. All right, so your meditation posture looked great. I wanted to start with that because during today's session, we're going to learn some of the meditation technique, and how you sit is really important. So I'll guide you through elements of the posture as we go. So to kind of give you a total overview of what we're going to do today, I really want to get to know you and why you want to learn to meditate. And then I'm going to go over the breath and mind connection and why we use the breath during meditation. And then I'm going to go into the technique that we're using called Hong-Sau. And then we're really going to practice each element of the Hong-Sau technique piece by piece so I can make sure that you have a mastery of each element. And then at the end, we'll do a longer practice of the technique. Does that sound good? Okay.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay. So are you able to tell me why you want to meditate and what inspired you to be here today?
So for meditation, is partially to sort of center myself or balance myself out. Daily life is busy, and so I'd like to balance myself out, as well as tune into my higher consciousness or the real me.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I share those similar desires in my meditation practice too, because there's a lot of uncertainties in the world today, a lot of stuff coming at us. So if we're able to stay calm and connected, during the meditation practice, we can take those qualities out into our daily lives as well and share them with others. So meditation is really important for that and accessing those levels of higher awareness. So that kind of leads me into, the definition of, well, what is meditation? So I like to explain, meditation is a practice and it's also that state of awareness. So the practice part of the technique we use to get to those states of higher awareness. And once we get to that state of higher awareness, we can deeply manifest and feel the qualities that are inherent in us, like peace, light, joy, and calmness. And that's really the purpose of meditation and the definition that I like to share. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to also go into the gaze point we use for meditation, and that also connects to this awareness element. So when I was demoing you through the proper posture, I directed you to gaze upwards. And that really connects us with our higher awareness and this prefrontal lobe area of the brain. So if you kind of think about it and do a comparison, when we're looking straight forward, how you and I are talking now and how we generally look in our daily lives, that's kind of our conscious awareness, right? When we're sleeping or doing like a low energy activity, our eyes are closed and we're looking down. So that's more of connecting with your subconscious. So really having that gaze lifted during meditation helps us connect with our higher awareness. So I'll keep reminding you and checking in with you to do that during the meditation practice. All right, so now I'm going to shift to the mind and breath connection. So during meditation, we need to be able to focus clearly. And how do we do that? Well, we really use the breath as our friend here. So if you've ever been in a situation where you're, getting agitated or maybe in a disagreement with someone, your thoughts could be getting flustered, your mind is moving quickly, your heart rate is speeding up, and like your breath is quickening, and you feel scattered and can't focus. But in those situations, if we're able to take some inhales and exhale breaths to kind of slow down the heart rate and the breath, in turn, our mind slows down, right? And we can have greater focus and clarity. So the mind and breath are really kind of taking after each other. So in meditation, we're focusing on the breath so we can gain that inner calmness. So
Great.
the meditation technique I'm going to explain to you shortly. We're almost getting there. We really watch the breath. So I use watch really discreetly here because we are not controlling the breath, excuse me. So we are not forcing our inhale and exhale breath. We're letting the breath flow naturally, and we're simply watching and observing it. So a great way to do this is to become in tune with a point in the nose where you feel the breath pass through most clearly. So as you inhale and exhale naturally, you may feel the breath like lower down on your nose to begin with. And as you continue your practice, that may shift up to feeling the breath maybe higher up in the nose. So I've done a lot of talking, so let's get into doing one of the demos and how we're feeling the breath on our nose here so we can connect with that. So let's get into our meditation posture, sitting tall, having those palms up facing on your thighs. Spine is elongated, shoulders down the back, and let's close our eyes, lifting that gaze. Taking an inhale breath and an exhale breath, and let go of any control of the breath here. Become a silent observer of your breath and notice the sensation of the breath where you feel it the most in your nose. We're just going to be here for a few breaths. Okay, open those eyes. Were you able to feel the breath at that point on your nose?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So next I'm going to finally go into the Hong-Sau meditation technique that I'm going to be teaching you. So Hong-Sau is a mantra that we use that means I am spirit. So as we take that natural inhale, the Hong part of the mantra is going to accompany the inhale breath, and the Sa part of the mantra is going to accompany the exhale breath. And during this, we're not verbally saying the mantra or moving our lips, but we're internalizing the mantra and saying it inward. Additionally, we're also using a finger movement. So your right hand is going to be upturned like this. And on that inhale breath, you're going to draw in that right index finger. And on that exhale breath, that finger is going to extend out. So this is a really gentle movement, but both of these accompany the breath and they really internalize your awareness and allow you to incorporate and focus more deeply during the meditation. So let's practice this one. So coming back into that meditation posture, spine elongated, eyes closed. gaze uplifted. Let's take an inhale and exhale breath. And let that breath flow naturally in on your next inhale. Concentrating on that breath as it passes through a point in your nose where you feel it the most clearly. And on that next inhale breath, you're going to mentally chant Hong, feeling that vibration with the entire inhale. And when your exhale breath comes, mentally chant Sa. On your next inhale breath, let's incorporate that right forefinger movement as you mentally chant Hong. Draw in that right forefinger slightly. And on the exhale, as you mentally chant Sa, releasing the forefinger. Keeping that gaze lifted, your belly relaxed. And let's take an inhale breath and gently exhale through the mouth 3 times. And open your eyes when you're ready. So that was a great practice of the technique that we'll be using. So hopefully those elements allowed you to have greater inward focus. And how we ended the part of the technique there was how we really enter what is the expansion phase. So all of the techniques that I explained so far is kind of us, what we call getting there. When we go into this expansion phase, it's really feeling our true nature and being there and enjoying the fruits of our practice. So during the meditation technique, you may already feel some sort of qualities that you're embodying, like peace or love. And you can choose to keep those in the expansion phase, because during expansion, we're releasing all of the technique. So we're no longer doing the mantra or the finger movement. We are keeping the gaze uplifted, but we're really choosing one quality to really embody and feel. So today, I really want us to focus on the quality of peace. So when we go through our longer session, I'll talk through that with you. But that's an overview of the expansion phase, and really, it's just to enjoy the fruits of our practice through that we learned through the technique. So one other element that I wanted to teach you, called the preparatory technique, before we go into the longer practice. So the preparatory techniques, we start in the beginning. So it really is going to calm our breath and calm our body. So for the preparatory techniques, we're going to do a double inhale. So it's a short inhale followed by a longer inhale. So, and then a short and long exhale. So can you practice this really quick? Double inhale and double exhale. And when we do that double inhale, we're going to tense the body. And on that double exhale, we release the tension. So I'll talk you through that when we do it. And then we also do an equal part breath. So we're going to inhale for a count of 4, holding the breath for a count of 4, and then exhaling for a count of 4. So we'll probably do about 3 rounds of the prep breath and then 4 rounds of the equal counting breath. And from there, we'll go into the Hong-Sau technique. So a lot of elements, I will guide you all through it. We'll do it together. So let's get started. Sitting
Okay.
tall in that meditation posture, spine elongated, closing those eyes, chest is lifted, chin should be level, and your gaze is also lifted like you're looking at that horizon line. Okay, we're going to start with some of the preparatory techniques. So let's do that double inhale, tensing your body. Double exhale, relaxing. You can actually open your eyes for this if you want to look at me. Double inhale, tensing the body, vibrating with energy. Double exhale, relaxing. And one more, double inhale, tensing, and double exhale, relaxing. All right, now you can close the eyes for the equal counting breath. So on your next inhale, we're going to inhale for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing for 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, holding, and exhaling. Inhaling, holding, and exhaling. Now let's take a regular inhale breath and an exhale breath. And let your breath flow naturally, concentrating on the breath as it passes through that point in your nose where you feel it the most clearly. And on that next inhale breath, you're going to mentally chant Hong and incorporate the finger movement. And then exhale breath, mentally chant Sa, extending that finger. Keeping that face relaxed, belly softened. Focusing on the mantra and the finger movement. If your mind wanders, just bring your focus back to that breath, simply being an observer. And after your next exhale breath, take an inhale and exhale 3 times gently. Keeping those eyes closed with the gaze uplifted, releasing the mantra and four-finger movement, and really embodying and feeling the quality of peace. Even bring in a memory or a feeling of one of the most peaceful places you enjoy visiting. And imagine how you feel peaceful being there. And have these feelings of peace embody your entire essence. And when you're ready, we're going to leave the expansion phase. So gently open your eyes and come back to this consciousness. How do you feel?
Good. Relaxed.
Okay, great. So hopefully today I gave you a good summary of how to sit during meditation, the mind and breath connection, all the elements of the technique, and hopefully you got a good experience of the expansion phase. Going forward, it would be really great if you could try to meditate every day. This may be challenging, but if you're able to get at least 5 or 10 minutes a day, or even a bonus session multiple times a day, that would be really useful. So you don't need to carve out 20 or 30 minutes like today to meditate. If you can incorporate a smaller routine into your daily life, it will be really useful, and then we can connect on a future session. So thank you so much, Jeff.